Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is the incident that's happened at Keir Starmer's house overnight last night, and many are now suggesting that this could have been some sort of terror attempt. Some people going as far as claiming it was a petrol bomb. Whatever it was, one thing we know for fact is it's the anti-terror police who are investigating this crime, because that has been reported on mainstream media. Now this is a bit out there, right? We live in a country where we think, democracy and law and order and things are like better than other people's. But when you hear that a Prime Minister may have had his house petrol bomb and indeed subject to a terror attack, then it's all a bit scary if you ask me. And I know he's not the most popular Prime Minister. Certainly, I think the worst start to a stewardship of any that I can remember in my adult life in the United Kingdom. But petrol bombs and terror threats seems a bit excessive, but who knows? Loads of people have got different levels of morals and standards, and we've all got different opinions on how we sort things. And if there's two possibles here. It could be someone who is British and just doesn't like what he's done. That is possible. Or it's also possible that we've had two different cells of Iranians arrested recently for terror plots. It could be an overseas foreign terror plot, which is just aimed at the British establishment more than the personal individual. So it's all a bit bonkers. And what it happened, it's not Downing Street, it's a house that he owns. I believe his family used to live there in northwest London from memory, and it's a house that's currently rented out to someone who rents it from the family. It's a 4-bedroom property apparently, and because it's not his official residence, because his family don't stay there, it would be subject to different levels of protection than obviously if he lived there. So it would be an easier target. And obviously at this point, though, I speculate who it is that we don't know. Nobody's put their hand up and said it was them. But the fact that the anti-terror police are investigating it would suggest that they at least think it's could have potentially been terror related. So it's a £2 million house he's got, North London. Emergency crews descended in the property in the northwest of the capital in the early hours of the morning. Forensic officers have been seen combing for evidence outside the townhouse all day after the blaze broke out at 1:11 a.m. Neighbours told how they heard a loud bang before the entire street was cordoned off following a fire at the property. I'm not sure if a petrol bomb would make an explosive noise. Possibly, it depends how you interpret the noise. Scotland Yard's SO15 Counter-terrorism Command has now launched an investigation, with sources telling Mail Online it was routine given the high-profile nature of the owner. Is it? I'm not really falling for this, because, and this all stems back to Southport, where we were told all along, no terror, no terror, no terror. However, and I'd done a video on it when nobody else seemed to pick up on it, I think it was a day, 2 days after the horrific murder of those 3 beautiful wee girls. There was a press conference where the Chief of Police in Merseyside thanked the anti-terror for their continued involvement in the case. And I remember saying at the time, why is nobody jumping up and down about this? We're getting told it's no terror related, so why would you have your terrorist specialists still working and continue to work on that case? So if they had taken the terror out of the equation, and bearing in mind I'm doing this at 7 o'clock at night, we're 18 hours in, they still obviously think that it's terror related, or they simply wouldn't be there. They'd be doing something else and leaving it to just forensics and guys that know how fires start to figure out what's happened here. So it is a bit crazy as usual. We're not getting the full picture, and I can kind of understand that, right? I'm no one that demands the police to tell us every single party, every single investigation. That would just be crazy, and sometimes there's reasons, and very valid reasons, why they wouldn't. But when they don't do that, it creates a void and people will come up with their own ideas. It's said that the fire only damaged the porch of the property and did not spread further indoors. I could imagine he's got probably quite a good secure door that would prevent that. London Fire Brigade confirmed there had been damage caused to the front of the home, with the flames being brought under control at 1:33. So it didn't take them long. Now, they were called at 22 minutes earlier. Don't know how long it would take them to get there, but even if it took them 5-10 minutes, it's not really took them long to get it under control. Has it actually, if it was just a door? Don't know what the property looks like. See if there's a picture of this porch. But nonetheless, next door neighbour described the fire as scary and told how he had been woken up in early hours by a loud bang. It was a loud bang which sounded like glass shattering. Petrol bomb, glass shattering, possibly. It was scary, the male neighbour.
Staying up to date with events around the world can be difficult, where it's impossible to consult a single source for the full story. Narratives that shape public opinion often just reinforce media and corporate-backed vested interests. It's hard to know what information to trust. See what the media is exaggerating, sensationalising, over or under reporting. That's why I've been using Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that combines news from around the world in one place so you can compare coverage. For every news source, you can see if it has any political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and who owns them. They even have a blind spot feed that highlights news disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Take a data-driven view on the news and stay current. Get news from thousands of sources worldwide in one place. I've been using Ground News to help me get all the world's news in one place and give a more balanced opinion on what we read and viewing who is telling us the truth and who isn't. Subscribe via my link to get 40% off the Vantage subscription. It's the one I use to get unlimited access to every feature. Your subscription can not only help my channel, but also help Ground News, as it makes the media landscape more transparent.
Neighbour who did not wish to be named, he told The Sun that, according to the PM's entry in the Register of Ministerial Financial Interests, Sir Keir rents out his family home. He and his wife Victoria and their children moved into an apartment in 10 Downing Street after his election in July. The PM and Victoria were previously seen outside the property clapping the NHS during the pandemic. And a sales director, Corey Adshead, 48, who's lived the road adjacent to Starmer for 3 years, told the Mail Online at 1 AM, I heard police sirens. Police lights were flashing through the bedroom window. When I woke up and went to work the next morning, there were no police cordons, but they went up, according to my wife, between 12 and 2 this afternoon. Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty weird. There would only be one door in the area to catch fire at that time of night, but I don't know if anyone is living in the house right now. A 56-year-old woman who has lived in the area for more than 12 years said it's generally a very safe area. I feel sorry if anyone has been targeted or attacked in this way. Another neighbour told The Sun, said that they had been seen forensic officers outside the property all day. It seems they're taking it very seriously. The 58-year-old said, who did not wish to be named. Others told how last Wednesday a car had been set fire opposite the home. It's not known if the two incidents are connected. That's a new one on me. So the Met Office, they said officers attended the scene. Damage was caused to the property's entrance. Nobody was hurt. Scotland Yard official added the fire has been investigated and cordons remain in place while inquiries continue. It's a bit odd that they didn't appear till lunchtime, like 12 hours after the fire, before they cordoned off the area. That's a bit strange one in me. Anyway, spokesperson for LFB, that'll be London Fire Brigade, added the brigade was called out at 0111 and the fire was under control by 0133. 2 fire engines from Kentish Town Fire Station attended the scene. The PM's official spokesman said, I can only say the Prime Minister thanks emergency services for their work and it's subject to a live investigation, so I can't comment any further. News of the blaze came as a PM this morning revealed the government's plans to crack down on migration rules. There we go. So, bit of a weird one. A few things that will get folks' heads buzzing, like mine. The fact that it's anti-terror, and the fact, the bit about the police didn't cordon the area off for 12 hours. I find that a bit on the strange side. But I'm sure as the days go on, we'll hear more about this, which appears to be an attack, which could be a terror attack, and may well have been petrol bombs at his door of his property that he owns. So if you want other people to see this, click the thumbs up, put some comments below, or hit the share and share it with your friends on social media. If you've not already done so, please consider hitting the subscribe button for the channel, and if you want to hit notifications, then YouTube will let you know when I put out more videos. But most importantly of all, unless you're the type of person that gets petrol bombed, or the person that thinks that's clever, then no you. But
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.